What's up, Taiwan? I'm Stash Butler with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan's foreign minister says he's asked the US to add Taiwan to its so-called nuclear umbrella. That's a list of countries the US promises to protect against a nuclear attack. But is that a realistic proposal? John Van Trieste has this report.
It's a nightmare scenario for Taiwan, a nuclear attack from China aimed at getting the island to surrender. China claims Taiwan as part of its territory and has vowed to use force to take it if needed. And China's nuclear arsenal is growing. By 2035, it's expected to have 1,500 nuclear weapons. That's why Taiwan's foreign minister Joseph Wu says deterrence is key. He's asked the U.S. to add Taiwan to its nuclear umbrella. It's a list of countries the U.S. tries to shield from nuclear attack. The idea is that if any of them are bombed, the U.S. will retaliate against the aggressor with its own nuclear strike. Some lawmakers offered conditional support for the idea.
包含总统跟这个外交部、国防部以及相关的国安单位以及团队，应该要就台湾人民总体的利益为最高的前提来做一个妥适的规划。
The U.S. has recently shown its commitment to other countries already under its nuclear umbrella. In April, Washington told South Korea a nuclear strike on the north is on the table if Seoul is attacked. And during last week's G7 summit, the U.S. sent a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier to drill with Japanese warships. Some at Taipei think tank, the Institute for National Defense and Security Research, say it would be good for Taiwan to be included too.
将来台海发生冲突的时候，只要美国是要来介入所谓的台海军事冲突，核武绝对是中国啊，可以最后手上最后的一张王牌。
However, others at the same think tank believe the U.S. is unlikely to agree. And despite the rhetoric coming from Taiwanese politicians, it's highly unlikely China would opt to use nuclear weapons on a land it claims as already its territory. They also say that the U.S. is unlikely to overtly say how it would defend Taiwan from an attack.
在核子武器的这个嚇阻的部分，我想这个议题这个 issue， 我想就不用太过去仔细的说明，这个就比较像是一个默契了。
Meaning that for the foreseeable future, Taiwan's defense will have to rely on more conventional weapons. Eason Chen and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
Now, the US Air Force has given a new reason for delaying a delivery of new F-16 fighter jets to Taiwan. A Bloomberg report says the US blames complex developmental challenges. The delay was previously pinned on COVID-related supply chain issues. No details on what the new developmental challenges are. But a statement says Taiwan, the US government, and Lockheed Martin are working to shorten the delay. Another country that ordered the jets, Bahrain, has already got some of its fighters. Bloomberg quotes an aviation consultant who says that's why he thinks there could be an issue specific to Taiwan's order. The F-16V is a crucial part of Taiwan's defense plan. The first batch was meant to arrive by the end of this year, but the $8 billion order is now expected to be fulfilled by 2026. And Taiwan's armed forces are holding joint drills in the south and east of the country. The exercises aim to get the Army, Navy and Air Force working better together. In southern Taiwan, helicopters and ground troops train to support one another, while in the east, the Navy Marine Corps surveyed areas of the coast known as red beaches. Defense officials are working to bulk up defenses around these beaches, which are thought to be possible landing sites for a Chinese invasion. The drills will last for 5 days. They're taking place 2 months before Taiwan's due to hold its largest war games, the Hangguang exercises, in July. Taiwan's main opposition presidential candidate Hou Yu-ih says he'll meet with lawmakers from his party, the Kuomintang, next week. It's a push to unite the KMT before January's crucial election. But with rifts over how Hou was picked, some members say they might not make the date. Prominent lawmaker Jessica Chen backed Foxconn founder Terry Guo for the KMT nomination before it went to Hou. She says she'll be busy when Hou visits next week. Instead, Chen says she'll host Ke Wen-je, Hou's presidential rival, in her home district of Jimen.
3、4月的时候，柯文哲市长就已经说要去金门了，他去2天还要过夜，所以柯市长要来拜访我是很早就安排的。
Now, in the final part of TaiwanPlus's series talking to party insiders about their strategies for the election, Sam Hui asked Tony Lin, the head of the KMT's Culture Committee, how his party's candidate plans to win.
What are the strengths and weaknesses of the KMT's candidate, Mayor Hou You-yi?
Mayor Hou is a son of a street vendor at a local fresh market in Jiayi County. His father, Ho Chi Minh, has fought against the Communist Party during the Civil War period. And being grown up in the local rural area of Taiwan, he knows the average people and he knows what the average people want. I have been working with Mayor Hou for quite some time in the past. To me, he's a very pragmatic person, problem-solving oriented career law enforcement personnel. In his own word, he has been fighting for the security of Taiwan. So I think in the upcoming presidential election, I think most of the voters, if not all, can relate to him in one way or the other.
What is the strategy for KMT to win 2024's presidential election?
We believe the ruling party, DPP, is advocating the idea of direct confrontation or direct conflict. We, on the other hand, we are really supporting peace strategy, as we think we need to get ready to defend ourselves as a prerequisite. And then we engage in dialogues with all the people to avoid the use of military, to avoid a direct confrontation. And I think that basic doctrine is in line with all the major powers, including the One China policy of the United States and all the recent communique of G7. And I think we, as a party, we encourage, of course, direct dialogue, which has been regarded by DPP as so-called selling Taiwan.
This year's election seems to be a three-way race between the KMT, DPP, and TPP. So who will be Hou You-yi's biggest challenger, Lai Ching-te or Ke Wen-je?
To me, I think it's still too early to call what the race will be like in the following month. It is still simply too early to call. Our basic principle is we will try all the efforts to unite our partners or friends or allies that call for a change in Taiwan. We will unite all the powers because most people here, most people in Taiwan, we call for a change. And the KMT, we are going to unite all the powers.
Ecologists say loggers in southern Taiwan have felled endangered trees. The loggers clear-cut part of one of the world's highest beech forests in Taitung County on a site that they'd leased from the government. And the Taiwan Ecological Society says they cut down 3 species of endangered tree. In all, the loggers removed 13 hectares of forest. One local councillor is urging for them to be fined. Environmental groups say this type of destruction could harm Taiwan's biodiversity.
以全球的观点，这个地区的独特性、多样性跟全面性、可陡科的这样的森林，在全球来讲，它是一个非常重要的生态地位。
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Finally today we leave you with images of some of the world's best cliff divers showing off their skills in the Guatemalan jungle. I'm Stash Butler. Take care and see you next time.